Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are taking a look at the all-new Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra. This is a whopping 14.6 inches tablet that comes loaded with a whopping 11,600 milliamp hour battery. It's a huge tablet. By the way, you see me do this? Do not try this at home. Do not try this. You are going to drop your tablet and break it. But anyways, in this video, I want to share what my experience has been like using this tablet for the past week so far, what it's losing that I'm not a fan of, what it's gaining that I am a fan of. This is kind of an initial review. It's not my full comprehensive take yet, but my initial take, my initial review on this. So if you happen to be in the market for one of these, make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, and before we even get to the design, because I always start off my videos with design, I just want to tell you just how good it feels to hold this tablet. If you've never held an Ultra model, you should try this. Go to a Best Buy and just hold this in your hands. I mean, it's going to encourage you to try to buy one. It's so cool. It's thinner this time, so let's go ahead and hop into design now. So it's a thinner tablet. It was already super thin before, but it's thinner, and also the bezels are thinner than they used to be. Plus, the old notch that a lot of people were complaining about is now gone, and we're also losing one camera along with that. But we have a smaller notch, like half a circle nowadays. So that's the notch, and we'll talk about it when we talk about the display. Anyways, in terms of design, man, I'm always just so amazed by what Samsung did here. It is insane what they did there. But anyways, so thinner tablet, slightly lighter. It feels very well built. It feels so freaking premium. Now, they did add some changes here. They moved the pogo pins that we used to have at the bottom here to the back of the tablet. So now you're no longer going to be snapping this into, your keyboard, but now it just snaps on the back. It does come with a new keyboard that I bought along with this tablet here. It works pretty well with it. The other part of the design that I want to highlight here would be these buttons here. They were flipped. We have the power button at the bottom now, and we have the volume rocker at the top. On a tablet this big, it makes sense for me to have the power button at the bottom here because it's, it's a huge tablet. We have a USB Type-C port as always there. It's a 3.0 USB Type-C port, so you can extend your display to an external monitor without any issues. We have a quad speaker setup there. Pretty cool. They sound loud. They are crisp, good bass. Also, I have zero complaints so far about those speakers. And then we have a dual setup for the camera on the back there, 13 megapixel and an 8 megapixel ultra wide here. So 13 megapixel wide, 8 megapixel ultra wide. Picture quality is actually very good, for a tablet, right? Generally, what I would say is, people don't buy tablets for, cameras. The camera that you have on your phone should be enough. But here, you can actually take very good pictures with this and videos for you to upload even on social media, right? So, I mean, granted, the ones on the phones are always going to be better, but just wanted to highlight that part. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel. Please do me a huge favor, hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. But anyway, so still sticking with design here, something that's been completely redesigned has been the S Pen. Now you have something that looks like the number 2 pencil. I actually like it. It's lighter. It feels so natural to the hand here. And you are able to do a lot more with that tip there. It's a thicker tip, and it allows for you to, do a lot more when tilting the stylus here. I'm going to share a lot more details in my full comprehensive take of that. Now, along with this new design, which is amazing, by the way, comes something that I'm not a fan of. This is not an active pencil. It's no longer an active pencil. Remember, with the S10 Plus and the previous ones, those were active pencils where you could charge the pencil, you could attach it to the back and charge the pencil for you to get access to Bluetooth features. So no more Bluetooth features. They, I guess, downgraded to this, just a regular pencil that just works out of the box. And speaking of attaching for it to charge, you can no longer attach this pencil on the back of the tablet here. Now it does hold steady, but personally, I prefer to attach it to the tablet like we were accustomed to. I like to keep it there, especially if you have a case. It will have like a little housing part of it that would just keep the pencil there safe so that you don't drop it. Here, with the case going around it, it's easier for you to lose your pencil. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm not a fan of the fact that it's no longer an active pencil, so you lose Bluetooth features. You lose access to Bluetooth features. But on top of that, the magnet is only here where you can easily lose your pencil. That's my only gripe with the pencil here. Otherwise, the new features that come with it, absolutely love it. So that's as far as the design goes. Let's go ahead and move on to performance. What it's been like using this tablet over the past almost week. The S11 Ultra here is loaded with the MediaTek 9400 Plus, right? That is, of course, the successor to the 9300 Plus that we had on the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. I could definitely tell you that the 9400 Plus here is more powerful than the 9300 Plus found on the previous generation. Now, that doesn't mean that, if you're in the market for one of these, you shouldn't consider the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. You should still keep that in mind. So in terms of performance over the past week, it's been blowing through things without any issues. Heavy gaming, no issues. Big projects, major projects, opening heavy apps, no problems there. Multitasking, all of that good stuff, zero issues. No hiccups, no drops, no stutter. It has been buttery smooth. You do have Android 16 loaded here with One UI 8 sitting on top of that. This is set to be supported for 7 years, and the tablet is definitely going to last well over that time period, well over 7 years, given how solid it feels and it looks, right? It's well built. Samsung really makes some very good flagship tablets that generally last for a very long time. So if you were to pick up this and planning on holding on to it for a while, yeah, you'll be just fine, because not only are they going to support for 7 years, but you can go beyond that. But anyways, still sticking with specs here, it does come in 3 different configs: the base 256 gigs with 12 gigs of RAM, the 512 gigs of internal storage with 12 gigs of RAM as well, and the 1 terabyte with 16 gigs of RAM. If you're feeling a little fancy and you want to drop a good chunk of change, then you could go for that 1 terabyte. Data transfer, AI tools, all of that good stuff runs very well here. You do have it loaded with some new AI features here. I'm going to include all of those in my full comprehensive take of the tablet. But so far, you have all of that loaded here, and I've been enjoying it over the past almost week. Let's go ahead and move on to display, which is kind of the particularity of this tablet here, right? As I mentioned already, this is a 14.6-inch display. It's a small TV. It's pretty much, right? The resolution here is 1848 by 2960, I believe, and the PPI here is 239, so still pretty dense, type of display, right? So picture quality is super sharp. Keep in mind, of course, that this is a dynamic AMOLED 2X display, so inky blacks, inky reds, super crisp. Watching movies specifically on this tablet, so nice. Consuming content here is really something you have to experience. Fantastic for gaming, fantastic for watching videos, fantastic for watching movies, all of that good stuff. High refresh rate here at up to 120 Hz, of course, that is expected. HDR10 Plus supported here as well, and the standard brightness 1000 nits, peak brightness 1600 nits. That is extremely bright. On top of that, you have the anti-glare coating, which is one of my favorite features that was introduced last year with the S10 series. They brought that back on the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra here, but not on the regular Galaxy Tab S11. But anyways, that's as far as display goes. Let's go ahead and move on to battery. Battery so far has been good, right? Sure, we're still, the first week, but battery has been excellent. I anticipate it's going to be just as good as it's been with the previous Ultra. So the battery size here is actually larger. And remember, this is a thinner tablet with a better chipset here based on a 3nm platform. MediaTek chipsets actually are known for, good battery optimization. So I anticipate that it's going to be very good here, even though we're still in the first week here. That 11,600 milliamp hour battery is already doing very, very well. It's also capped at 45 watt in terms of fast charging. I can't tell you how well battery life is going to be with you, simply because it's subjective, but I can tell you that it's definitely going to handle the entire day, even if you are a power user. All right, let's go ahead and move on to cameras. As I mentioned earlier, the big notch that we had been shrunk to a tiny, let's say half of punch hole, right? Because now you have just one camera, and it's a 12 megapixel camera. On the back there, you do have a 13 and an 8 megapixel camera. Again, I was impressed by the quality of the photos and the videos on this tablet here. Tablets, again, are not generally made for you to be able to take pictures that you're going to be posting on Instagram, but I can tell you that with this, if you wanted to do so, you definitely could. The camera is actually better here than on some phones, right? Anyways, so that's as far as the camera goes. In terms of additional features, it's still IP68 rated, meaning if you were to drop this in water, and I think I covered that already, if you were to drop this in water, it'll be just fine. The fingerprint sensor is it's an optical fingerprint sensor here. Now, just to recap this whole thing, over the past week here, performance has been fantastic. The design, I'm still in love with this design. Super thin tablet. It just feels good to hold it like this, not even in the case. I have the case for it, but I just like to hold the tablet itself like this. It even feels like it's easier to grab it or to palm it compared to the previous ones. Maybe it's because it's slightly thinner. But anyway, so the past week performance has been great. You know, the design, I absolutely love it. Display has been fantastic watching movies here. I've done a lot more movie watching on here than I have on the regular TV. So movies, very good. Camera, really, really good. And of course, battery has been fantastic over the past week so far. Even though machine learning is still learning my habits, you know, to optimize battery, so far it's doing very well. And of course, the last thing would be the S Pen. We have a new S Pen here, you know, like the #2 pencil. Feels good in hand and everything, but like I mentioned, I'm not a fan of the fact that they removed the extra magnet. That's my recap after using this guy here for the past week. Now, with all of this said, if you were in the market for the Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra, you were hesitating, I'll say, yeah, just go ahead and pull the trigger. You are going to love it. Sure, it could be because I'm still in the honeymoon period, but I think this tablet is so cool. Samsung is really becoming an expert at designing things that are super, super slim. Anyways, I'm gonna make a full comprehensive take on this tablet here that I'm gonna be dropping very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Let me know if there are things that you would like for me to go ahead and test out here. Let me know if you have any comments. Do you own this tablet? Maybe you wanna share your insights. Put those in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, of course. Share this video if you know anyone who would be interested in watching. And of course, most importantly, make sure to subscribe if you not subscribed to the channel yet. I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.